If you go down to the Dream Center, they're just hanging out outside the building and there's trash all around that place.
They've camped out with tents in this back area near their dumpster.
For some reason, this has become like a hub.
Those are just some of the voices our I-Team shared with you earlier this week. People in the Lealman community in Pinellas County complaining that the nonprofit group called Florida Dream Center is attracting people experiencing homelessness and creating quality of life issues.
Tonight, I-Team investigator Adam Walser breaks down how the Dream Center used nearly $2 million in COVID relief money to buy and renovate a county-owned building, despite concerns from the county attorney's office.
Your tax dollars paid for the nonprofit Florida Dream Center to buy this former Lealman fire station for Pinellas County in a transaction that triggered an investigation by the County Inspector General's office.
There was an accusation that there was a conflict of interest between the CEO of the Dream Center as well as the Assistant County Administrator in Pinellas County.
Jeremy Heath serves on the Lealman Community Redevelopment Area, or CRA, Advisory Board, aimed at improving the community.
Easter egg hunts and picnics.
He says the alleged conflict involved Dream Center CEO Steve Cleveland and Assistant County Administrator Tom Almonte. Both men urged county commissioners to approve the building sale in November 2023.
We hope to keep growing and do the more that we're doing already. About $600,000 will go to repair the facility.
Interview notes from the Inspector General's office say Cleveland admitted he and Almonte have lunch every few weeks and have had joint dinners with their families.
One would probably argue that that relationship allowed for certain things to happen that just weren't above board.
American Rescue Plan, or ARPA funds, were approved by Congress for COVID-19 expenditures, revenue replacement, premium pay for essential workers, and investments in infrastructure. The IG report says the county attorney's office, quote, had a concern with ARPA funds going directly to the county for this project. So the county transferred federal money into a general fund account used to pay 911 employees, which was permitted under ARPA. The county then sent that money to the Florida Dream Center, which sent it back to the county to buy the building.
This is showing money going from this pot to that pot, back over here.
Myself and others on the advisory committee were very concerned with this transaction.
According to the IG report, the county's Office of Management and Budget said, quote, they were not aware of any instances in which the county had provided general funds to an agency to buy county property. And according to the report, no other organizations were invited to bid. The report said, quote, since the property is in a CRA, the county would need to follow the statutory notice and a 30-day period to obtain proposals and then sell the property based on the proposals received.
Against the advice of Pinellas County attorneys, Pinellas County decided to move forward with that transaction without putting it out to a 30-day bid.
So their lawyers telling them don't do this.
Correct.
They did it anyway.
Correct.
The project first went to the Pinellas County Community Foundation, which ranked and managed ARPA requests. The Dream Center's application, submitted by Chief Operating Officer Zelda O'Connell, said ARPA funding was necessary because there is no option available to continue leasing, and without suitable funding, this building will no longer be available for rent. But Florida Dream Center CEO Steve Cleveland told a different story when pressed by the foundation board.
Has the county requested that you vacate the building if you're not able to purchase it?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Because in your application, there was a line saying without funding, this building will no longer be available.
The application also said Cleveland was to serve as the general contractor for the $600,000 renovation project.
As I read it, it wasn't competitively bid. It's a purchase and construction process. It wasn't competitively bid.
There were quite a few things in there that gave me pause as well.
Ultimately, the foundation approved the funding under the condition that a third party monitor the renovation. It then went to the county commission.
I have just some concerns with donating property and structure to not-for-profits. I'm not supportive of that.
The board approved the sale by a 5-2 vote. The IG's investigation determined Almonte did not violate any rules, regulations, policies, or statutes related to the sale, or find evidence that he benefited from the relationship with Cleveland. We requested an interview with Almonte in 2 emails, but didn't hear back. Florida Dream Center interim CEO Greg Schaefer agreed to an interview. He is a former Dream Center board member and certified public accountant.
How a building changes hands, that's not our business. Our business is serving an individual person every single day.
Why is Steve Cleveland not here?
And each individual board member had their own reason, and then it was just a mutually deciding new leadership is needed.
Schaefer says the sale of the building was a good idea for the county since they would no longer have to pay for maintenance and assume liability.
There was no competitive bid process when they applied for the $1.8 million.
And the inspector general and the county attorneys looked at that specific fact and said it was not against state statutes or the law.
You're an accountant. Is that a good idea?
I think it's a good idea to put it out for bid.
Yeah.
But this was a year ago, and whatever happened, happened.
Almonte also appears to be a personal friend with another Dream Center employee, Chief Operating Officer Zelda O'Connell. Almonte posted on Facebook that he donated money to O'Connell's birthday fundraisers in 2022 and 2023. O'Connell, who wrote that $1.8 million grant application, was convicted of felony grand theft in Idaho in 2014 after pleading guilty to embezzling from her former employer. She was on parole when the ARPA grant application was submitted.
Being faith-based, we're all sinners in need of a savior.
The question seemed to just be handling money because that seemed to go against what her parole board told her to do.
Doesn't handle money, which is a good thing.
Chief Operating Officer never handles money.
Nope, there's segregation of duty controls, there's bookkeeping controls, and there's controls at the bank.
The property was deeded to the Dream Center in January 2024 and is still awaiting renovations.
I don't look through the rear view. I look through the windshield and say what's in front of us and how do we lead this community in the right direction.
I'm my team investigator Adam Walser with photojournalist Matt McGlashan taking action for you.